This is 4 common buying signals for SaaS lead generation. I'm Alex Berman from Inspire Beats. $20 million in leads generated, $2 million in closes. Let's jump into it. So what is a buying signal and what's the point of this video? Well, when we're doing lead generation at Inspire Beats, and actually for any sort of B2B lead generation, you want to make sure that the leads you're reaching out to are super qualified, right? If somebody's 90 to 100% going to buy your product already, you can send them basically any email you want, and you're still going to get a response, even poorly written templated emails. So, what is a buying signal? A buying signal is something publicly posted online, or something that you could research that will show you that a lead is qualified before you reach out to them. We do this all the time for our clients, and I wanted to outline how you can do it for your company. This video is going to focus mostly on software as a service companies, but you could use this for anything. The concepts apply across the board. So let's jump into it. 4 common buying signals for SaaS lead generation. The first is hiring for a certain job, right? Checking if a company is hiring for a certain job will, especially in the services business, help you figure out whether they'll hire you. For instance, if you're doing mobile app development and you look at Indeed.com, see that they're hiring for mobile app developers, junior or senior, or even a CTO, those companies are probably a good fit for you. Companies that maybe you are a security type of startup, and they're hiring for a CSO or some kind of security role. That's a good one. On the technology side, let's say you're looking for companies that are in the cloud, maybe companies that use Office 365, and you want to figure out, hey, how do I find companies that use Office 365? Well, you go over to Indeed and you type Office 365 into Indeed, and you see the companies that require that in their skills. So that is how you find that buying signal. The second one is whether they have the presence of a certain job title. I was talking to an agency the other day who does innovation consulting. So going in there and helping companies innovate, helping them come up with new ideas. And what they found when they were doing the research is companies that had a person in their company with lean or Kanban or any of these very specific keywords was more likely to buy or use their service. Which it's interesting because it's the presence of a job title, right? This doesn't mean reaching out to companies, seeing if they have a CTO, and then reaching out to that specific person. This is figuring out what job titles would exist in the companies that you want to reach out to, and then reaching out to the founder, reaching out to whoever the decision maker would be. Let's say you're, again, mobile app development example. Companies that have a CTO where their background is all in web most likely need mobile development, need an outsourced CTO. The third one is companies that have a certain technology might be a good fit. So you can use a site like builtwith.com to search the web and find which companies are using what technologies, what sites are built on WordPress, if your plugin that you're selling is for WordPress, what sites use GoDaddy for hosting if you're a different hosting provider, or any sort of technologically based qualifier like that. So whether they have a certain technology, that's the third one. The fourth one is whether a company's raised recently, like recently raised money, or they have a big deal press release. A lot of these companies, public companies especially, that have stockholders to please, will announce deals that they close or large partnerships. So let's say you're trying to sell tires, you're a tire manufacturer, and there's a press release where Ford is now partnering with Uber. And Uber's going to buy like 100,000 cars or something. Well, they're going to need 100,000 times 400,000 tires, right? So if you look for press releases like that in your industry, you'll be able to figure out when the best time to reach out is. And those are the 4. So to recap, it is the 4 most common buying signals are 1, if they're hiring for a certain job. 2, the presence of a certain job title in the company itself. 3, whether they have a certain technology on their website. Or 4, whether they've recently raised or they've announced a big deal. If you look at any of those, look for those, you will start closing a lot more deals, and your emails will start getting opened and responded to a lot more. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already, and check out inspirebeats.com if you need targeted leads for your B2B company. Thanks.